Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
Hi, my name is Megan, and I'm a civil engineer here at M&M Engineering. Behind every successful production process in our factory come quality materials, skilled employees, and reliable equipment. Specifically, rebar and pre-stressing cable from Benny's, which are the building blocks of our products.
Not all rebar and steel are created equal. At Benny's, quality is savings because building with trusted materials means building stronger, safer, and longer.
Through Benny's Enterprises and Banquet, M&M Engineering has access to the highest quality products and heavy-duty machinery that help us improve efficiency, maintain productivity, and provide the most reliable solutions to our clients.
Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
This newscast.
In the headlines for tonight's newscast, PM speaks about presentations made to Cabinet regarding proposed BTL Speednet amalgamation. Social partners demand invitations to Thursday's special Cabinet meeting. Independent senators claim they have not been invited to BTL's consultations after the chairman's remarks. Kolbe Foundation's water well is no longer an issue. And Belize Coast Guard hosts swimming classes for children of Belmopan. These stories and more coming up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
My grill survive.
This newscast is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse. This newscast is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
What we see on the streets today begins in the home. It begins with family. Children who grow up in a stable environment where they can play and learn safely are the building blocks of strong communities. To construct those strong communities, our country needs real men. A lot of youth growing up don't understand what that is. Real men are providers and protectors. Real men are responsible and hardworking. Real men spend quality time with their families and raise strong children with values. They teach their children honesty and integrity, discipline and commitment, love of country, accountability for their actions, right and wrong. Real men run things. Aspire to be a real man today, because gang life isn't it. Gang life is no life.
A message from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Unit.
Welcome to Plus News for today, Wednesday, August 12th. I am Jordana Flowers. Yesterday, the Cabinet met in Belmopan where they heard presentations from 3 separate entities regarding the proposed acquisition of Speednet. The Cabinet heard presentations from the Belize Social Security Board, the Public Utilities Commission, and of course, BTL, one of the main stakeholders in the proposed acquisition. The presentations began early in the morning and finished shortly before our 6 p.m. news time. Following the meeting, we caught up with the Prime Minister, who explained why they allowed BTL, Social Security Board, and the PUC to make presentations.
I know that cabinet discussions are confidential, but what I can do is, I'm sure that several ministers have already spoken to you, and I think I pretty much will repeat what we've done now. What we have done, I'm just going to explain to you the process. What we have decided to do is today, we asked BTL to come in and to give a deep dive into why is it that they believe that this merger is important for BTL and by extension the taxpayers of this country, because we are the owners of that company. And we also asked Social Security to be able to come in and for them also to explain why is it that what they did is that they did not necessarily vote in favor, but they voted that they should go and I'm trying to remember the exact word that they used, but pretty much gave the green light to be able to, for their members to be able to proceed with the approval at BTL. But as they made out the point, they said they can't decide for BTL, it's the board of directors that decide. Also, the Public Utilities Commission came in to be able also to explain to us the regulatory framework and to point out should this merger proceed, where under the Act it is covered, because it is covered under the Act. And they also pointed out to Cabinet that they passed an SI where our prices have been frozen until December of 2028, because they said that then that would give them enough time to put the proper regulatory framework should there be a merger to have a better regulations to regulate the industry, just as what we do with BEL and also BWSL.
Following Tuesday's cabinet meeting, it was announced that another meeting is scheduled for Thursday, August 13th. To that meeting, the cabinet has invited the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize to make their concerns known to the cabinet. Yesterday, however, the Belize Chamber of Commerce, the NTUCB, NIAB, and Belize Network of NOGs issued a joint statement stating that all the social partners should be invited to the cabinet meeting, and not just the NTU, CB, and BCCI. Here's what the PM had to say about that stance being taken by the social partners.
We want to hear from everybody, so we have invited the NTUCB and the representative from NTUCB and from the chamber for them to come in. Hopefully they can come in on Thursday, and for us then, so we can hear their views as to why they believe that the merger is not in the best interest of Belize and by extension the taxpayers.
Let me ask you about the meeting on Thursday with the social partners.
Sure.
They've issued a press release requesting that any meeting with the NTUCB and the BCCI should also include the Belize network of NGOs and NIAB, in that they have formed somewhat of a coalition and they want all that representation in that meeting. How would you respond?
Well, I mean, I respected their views, but we from the cabinet, we've made a determination that we're going to invite these two, because these are the two main entities that have been speaking about the chamber as the business representative for the business community, and the NTUCB as representative for labor. So we want to hear from business and labor. And so I respect their position, but at the same time, I hope that you respect our position.
Well, they say
Okay?
it must include all of them. So will the meeting go on or not? Must include all of them. So will the meeting go on or not? Without...
It's up to them. We have invited them.
And not NIAB.
One of the major underlining plot points of BTL's proposed acquisition of Speednet has to do with the Prime Minister's connection to one of the companies, Smart. It is no secret that the Prime Minister's brother is one of the main shareholders in the company. And if that 80 million sale of the company goes through, the PM's brother will be receiving a fair chunk of the pie. The Prime Minister is also aware of how the deal looks to the public. So according to him, at the next cabinet meeting, he will recuse himself while the other candidate members deliberate.
The next step then would be then on Tuesday, then cabinet will deliberate to see what they believe is, again, after getting all this information, for them to make an informed decision. I have informed cabinet that on Tuesday, whenever that deliberation will start, I will step out of cabinet. As you know, it's no secret that my brother is one of the founders of Speednet, and as such, I think it would not, I believe that it would not be proper for me to be in the office for the discussion. So pretty much that's what we are. So that's as much as I can say. So don't ask me for more. I can't say anything.
After this Thursday's meeting with the social partners, the cabinet is scheduled to meet again next Tuesday to discuss the proposed acquisition. Yesterday, in speaking with the media, Chair of BTL's Board of Directors, Mark Lizarraga, stated that despite inviting the independent senators for multiple consultations with the board, none of them bothered to show up or make an effort to attend. Lizarraga even said that BTL went as far as to send a letter to the President of the Senate. Here is that clip.
I think we've consulted with everybody that really wanted, and we've had meetings with multiple stakeholder groups on weekends and all, right? So anybody that has wanted to meet with us, we've extended our hand out to the independent senators. Have they come? No. We've extended on several times for them, and they refused. We sent a letter to the Senate, willing to make a presentation there. So we're willing, Paul, to meet with anybody that wants to truly listen. If you have your own agenda,
when was that letter sent to the Senate? Like, March?
Way back, yeah.
Okay, so
Following that interview, Senator Janelle Chanona made a post on Facebook stating that she did not receive any invitation from BTL's board. Following that post, the 4 independent senators issued a joint press release stating that none of them were invited by BTL. We quote, "No invitation from Belize Telemedia Limited, verbal or written, has been received by any of the independent senators or their respective organizations at any point from any representatives of BTL or from any third party on BTL's behalf to discuss any aspect of the proposed acquisition of commercial interest by BTL." End quote. Following the joint release by the senators, BTL released files showing that a letter was indeed sent to the President of the Senate. Today, the Office of the Clerk responded, clarifying the matter. According to the statement from the Office of the Clerk, CEO Tessicum's February 6 request was made to the President of the Senate to brief the Senate as a whole and was not specifically directed to the independent senators. The statement explains that the President acknowledged the receipt of the request and after consultation with the clerk, decided that the matter should be scheduled at an appropriate time, taking into consideration the Senate's workload. A pause in discussions on the proposed acquisition and the approaching receipt. The request further stated that once a date and time were determined, BTL would be advised and senators would then be invited to attend the session. In keeping with established practice, The Office of the Clerk also pointed out that the Senate's standing orders do not specifically provide for institutions or senators to request briefings or updates on the matters that are not necessarily before the Senate. To address this, the President had introduced an information sessions to facilitate briefings by technical experts, promoters of legislation, and other relevant parties. The release went on to state that as of August 12th, the Senate has 36 matters before it, including 16 bills, 7 motions, 10 papers, and 3 requests for representation, one of which concerns BTL. The statement also notes that following the BTL board's approval of the acquisition of Speednet, it is now timely for the President of the Senate to respond to BTL's request with a proposed date and time for an information session. The Public Utilities Commission is also expected to be invited. The clarification therefore indicates that while BTL did formally contact the President of the Senate, the correspondence did not constitute a direct invitation to the independent senators. The actual invitation to the senators is to follow once the briefing is formally scheduled. Since news of BTL's proposed acquisition of Speednet broke, many social pundits have laid the blame at Mark Lizarraga's feet. Lizarraga was once a senator and was viewed by many as a champion of good governance. Since taking over as chair of BTL and being one of the main forces behind the move to acquire Speednet, many have called his character into question. We asked Lizarraga what he makes of the ongoing social commentary surrounding him.
What do you think about the personal attacks on your character? People suggesting that your integrity to a degree has been watered down. You used to champion integrity, and the view is now that you've completely changed course because of this controversial proposed Speednet acquisition.
By trying to do what's best for the company, of which I serve as chairman, that you're calling my integrity into question? Have you looked at the performance of that company? Have you seen the turnaround that we've done at that company in the last 5 years compared to what it was before? So that's okay. I've been attacked by the best. That not bother me. You will judge me by the work and by the results of what we're trying to do. I hope people see the. I hope people see the benefit. You know, when we came to that company in the midst of COVID, Belize was really in trouble. Okay, we just invested a huge amount of money in that company. And if you have seen Paul, and maybe we should invite them to see what we have done, to that company. We had to rebuild the buildings that were in a horrible state. We had to replace our fleet that was in a horrible state, right? The expansions that we have done and all the work that we have achieved over the last 5 years with no borrowed money, not one penny. On the contrary, we've repaid all the debts that we found. We owe government $20 million in dividends. We've paid it. We settled all the loans that we had on the books. We've paid it. And all we're doing is we're saying this needs to be considered. And as responsible directors of the company, we have to put it on the table. We have to do our due diligence, do our homework, bring it to the table and say, this is an option, and that is what we're doing.
No, before
we are taking a short break. Stay tuned.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, and the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
In the heart of Belmopan, there's a pharmacy that cares for more than just prescriptions. Medicare Plus Pharmacy, genuine patient and community-centered care, isn't just a promise, it's what we deliver every day. From medicines and wellness products to everyday essentials for you, your home, and even your pets. We're here for your entire family. Moms and expecting mothers are welcome to nurse in our private counseling room because your comfort matters. We offer diabetes checks, blood pressure checks, and medical counseling to help keep you informed and in control of your health. We support our community through blood drives, nutrition and wellness programs, and partnerships that make healthcare more accessible for everyone. And when medical information feels overwhelming, our trained staff takes the time to explain, guide, and support you so you can confidently manage your health and improve your quality of life. Medicare Plus Pharmacy Belmopan, genuine patient and community-centered care, always.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Rheem AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit, which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Rheem. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, and the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Last month, we reported that the Ministry of Health and Wellness had confirmed traces of fecal coliform in one of the 3 water supplies used by the Kolbe Foundation. Well, today, Principal Health Inspector John Bowden confirmed that the issue has been resolved. The contamination was reported after an inspection conducted on September 15th of last year. The well water was being used by the prison to prepare food for the inmates. However, no inmates reported that symptoms associated with potential water contamination. According to Bowden, additional water samples were collected on July 22, 2026, and later confirmed that the water now meets World Health Organization standards. And in order to keep in alignment with those standards, Bowden says that the ministry is addressing efforts to regulate visits to the prison, highlighting past safety concerns for health officers when accessing the prison compound.
We did conducted sampling on the 22nd of July, and so those samples were taken from different sites in the compound of the prison. And as per usual, what we would do is to sample the quality of the water, the drinking water that they have at the location. And what we found that the water was being treated now. We have all the water sources at the site is being treated. And so we don't have any issue anymore with the treatment of the water. So the water is all potable and able to be drank. I think one of the challenges the officers have been having frequently is the access to the facility, and some of them are quite on the edge, especially in terms of who goes around the facility with them in terms of being in the midst of the prisoners, no? And sometimes it's just another prisoner who is taking them around, and they're really concerned about the safety. But with notwithstanding that, what we will be doing is to have more frequent monitoring to ensure that the compliance is occurring as per usual, no? So we have the officers who go out on a monthly basis, and they go to different sanitary districts. That one is in the western part of the Belize district, and so they will be gathering samples from the prison facility to ensure that sampling is conducted regularly and that the results are showing conformity with the World Health standards.
Meanwhile, an increase in sediment in the water supply has become a growing concern for some Belize City residents, with many reporting that they are having to change their water filters more frequently. Health Inspector Bowden says that the issue may be a result of recent power interruptions. However, he maintains that the presence of sediment does not necessarily mean the water is unsafe. Bowden explained.
Well, not because BWS is a provider means that we don't do any testing. We monitor them as well. And so whenever there's a breach in any of the parameters, we would notify to them that there needs to be corrective issues. Now, what you tend to get, and this is maybe what you've been seeing quite recently, because we have been having a lot of interruption in terms of the power lines. And so once you have the system brought to a halt and then it restarts, there's normally sediment suspended in the lines that you would need to remove before it becomes clear again. It's like stirring up the sediment that is in there, no? So periodically we ask if we have had a situation where there was interrupted water supply, that if you get any discoloration or anything like that, that you need to run it. Well, it shouldn't be discoloration because it's not a rupture of the system. It's just because it had lack of electricity, and so you would have this settlement of sediments in it. but we do ask people to run it, and it should be an issue that does not take long to actually clear up. You just run it less than a minute, and it should be okay, no? But it's sediments as a result of the treatment.
The Football Federation of Belize, FFB, has announced Jamaican coach Vin Blaine as its new technical director. The position was previously held by Philip Marin, who has since been appointed to another role within the federation in Barbados. Blaine first came to Belize as a coach educator and has since garnered his years of experience working on Belizean soil. Now, with the support of coaches and vital staff members, Blaine says his biggest aspiration is to up the level of football all around.
We had previously our very own Mr. Marin, who has gotten another appointment, and he is in Barbados now. Of course, we want to thank him for the wonderful job he has done, and we thought in order to fill his shoe, we needed somebody with a lot of experience and could hit the ground running. So we got a seasoned technical director who has been around the Caribbean and who has been around football for many years. And I'm happy to introduce Mr. Vin Blaine, originally from Jamaica. He has a lot of experience in this field, and that is exactly what we want.
So my experience is technical director in Jamaica, Grenada, U.S. Virgin Islands, but more so as a coach educator, which is a department. I think if we are going to improve the game here, the coaches have to up to the standard of what we want them to do and how we want our program to go forward.
What do you hope to accomplish with the FFB?
Well, to get the level of the game up and the level of the coaches and the standard of the coaches, you know, to be at a level that we can say, you know, they always say that better coaches, better players, but not only that, we want them to understand the unity we need in the technical department to make sure we move ahead. One of the main things I'm looking at right now, we have an under 15 boys World Cup festival that's coming up in a few more weeks. I think that is something we have to give a lot of attention to. You know, how we're going to approach it. It's the first of its kind, you know, so we're going to be creating history, no matter where what it looks like, because we are the first team from Belize to be going to this type of tournament. FIFA changed that this year. So every year we're going to have a World Cup festival for girls and boys. Then also we have the UNCAF on the 16 girls and boys and the 17 girls that is coming up the same period of time. So it's a lot of work that's to be done. So the organization of a technical department is very important.
What do you say to Belizean football fans who may say, well, they believe a Belizean should have been awarded the post?
No, that is what's going to happen in every country. You know, it's nothing unusual in the game. Nothing wrong with them saying that. It doesn't put any pressure on me, really. You know, I come to do a job. I have no hidden agenda. You know, so I'm going to go. I already hit the ground running. You know, because I know what needs to be done. As long as the coaches that are here support me and the executive body support me, that's my concern.
The FFB has also announced a Belizean deputy director to work alongside an understudy, Blaine, in order to build expertise so that down the road, a Belizean can take up the helm as technical director. We're going on a very short break. Stay tuned.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarterfinal winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Welcome to the William David Fonseca Parking Facility, your modern solution for safe and convenient parking in downtown Belize City. With easy payment options such as prepaid cards or coins, parking downtown has never been easier. Enjoy affordable rates as low as 75 cents for 15 minutes, $1.50 for 30 minutes, and $3 for an hour. Open and available 24/7. Park smart. Park safe. Park at the William David Fonseca Parking Facility. Modern, secure, convenient. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
The Belize Coast Guard, in collaboration with the National Sports Council, is once again hosting its 4th annual Swim Pro Summer Camp at Kikiwitz Resort. The camp, being held from August 10th to the 14th, engages young children in a series of swimming sessions designed to equip them with the skills needed to approach swimming safely. Coast Guard Lieutenant Andrew Moody oversees the duration of the program. He spoke more about the yearly initiative and why it is imperative to instill swimming skills in young people from an early age.
What we're doing, we're instilling these important life skills to these children. Some of them come here with the fear of putting their head under the water, and if you can notice, we have the babies over there. We're starting from scratch with them, having learned to breathe, which is important, with their heads under the water, coming up, doing their bath. It's very important that we instill this skill into the young children because, as you know, Belize have so many waterways, and we're bordered from north to south by the sea. To avoid any incidents or accidents, we enjoy putting this skill into our young people. So we do 50 in the morning and we schedule with 50 in the afternoon. So we do a separation as soon as they get here. We separate them who believes they can swim and who believe they can't swim. And we're working with, let's say, 10% of the crowd that arrives say they can swim or are confident to be in the water. And then We work with all of them from stage 1 all the way up until on Friday we will have a display where they will be swimming across the entire length of the pool. Children love water, and we know that as soon as they see a puddle, they will want to jump into it. So by us giving them this skill, we give them the confidence not only for themselves, but also for their parents to know that they are able to take care of themselves within the water. Also for their parents to know that they are able to take care of themselves within the water.
Register your child, contact 656-5733. Again, that is 656-5733. And that's the news for tonight. Thank you for joining us.